Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Hello. Hello. Bowser now. Bowser. Arr. Bowser stuff. Bowser's doing Bowser stuff. Arr. Gonna Bowser you in the face. Roar. And stuff. Hello, pals. Got a little NES controller on my thing. Yeah, I love me in Mario Kart too. It was great. How you all doing though, pals? Look, it's got a collar on it. Kind of weird in a sexy way. How you all doing though, pals? Welcome in. Apologies for having the photo preview screen up by accident at the start there. Kind of ruined the intro. But I mean, if it wasn't a bit scuffed, it wouldn't be me streaming, would it? Really? Yeah, this is totally fine. Totally fine. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's a big photo of my face as a start to see how this works.
Hey, there's your face.
Okay. I'll
That
see it
good?
in like 5 minutes once Twitch catches up.
Doopy 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 doo. Have you seen that?
So
I've only just noticed that Gusbo is Bowser.
it's just normal, isn't it? So this wasn't. Oh.
No, I'm just saying it's to Stardust. I did actually try some other food. You'll all be very proud of me.
So this actually wasn't a plain selfie. This was we've just been on a 14-hour flight selfie, and I'm totally fine and coping. Can you see in the eyes?
Was that in the first hotel place?
No, that was in the bathrooms in Narita Airport.
Oh yeah. So I don't know how much of it you saw through the Fs, but I hope you all enjoyed that story.
There's Gusbo looking very cool in Amsterdam on the way.
On a Travelators. Oh, I'm sorry, Llama. It's a one-time only story.
Shame. And the super gay lights in the plane.
The plane was super gay.
That was fun.
Like really, Shunts knows.
Yeah.
Shunts recognized from a very, very, very small part of a fucking photo that had the ceiling. Shunts was like, "Is that a 787 Dreamliner?" And it's like, yeah,
actually incredible. 787 Dreamliner. And this also proves that Dutch is the most made up language.
Dutch is great. Dutch just sounds like someone like pretending to speak English.
I heard someone describe it as uncanny valley for English.
Yeah.
It's just really good. I love it so much. It's the way they talk as well. They've got like such a bouncy speech. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you also, Mr. Billy White. I'm glad that someone got the meaning of life chat.
There was a little...
It's important.
Sunrise. On the way to Amsterdam, I think. Yeah, it would have been.
So
am I just going through my photos here?
I mean, you're just going through your photos. Yeah, I'm just commentating. It's all good. This is all planned and orchestrated. It's
Right.
very professional streaming. It's okay. No, important question before we get into the Japans.
Okay.
It was a 13.5-hour flight.
Mm-hmm.
What films did you watch on the way over?
On the way over? Oh shit,
Yeah.
what did I watch? I actually can't remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I watched...
I don't have a memory like you.
So on the flight on the way over, I watched The Batman and then The New Matrix and something else that I'd never seen before that was quite exciting.
Oh, I started watching that weird one with Tilda Swinton. That was like, and it had, what's his face, Idris Elba in it. And he's like a genie. He was like a djinn.
Oh, yeah.
I did not make it all the way through that. That was a weird fucking film.
We did, Llama. We watched Old on the way home, although we're going to have to do a whole stream just dedicated to Old because fuck me.
Fuck, that's a film and a half.
Like,
wow.
If anyone's never seen Old, as soon as this stream is finished, go and watch Old by whatever means necessary. Because it is, regardless of which angle you look at it, it's just so bad. Like every single part of it. It's that bad that Llama liked it. There you go.
I genuinely think, like, I don't think the premise is, I mean, it's like, it's a weird premise, but it's like, okay, let's go with it. And it's genuinely, the film, for me, was just like, one of the worst films I've genuinely ever seen.
Yeah.
To do with acting, script, lighting, cinematography was, ooh, that was fun.
It's weird though, because it's like they kind of like they hint at really interesting concepts and they hint like they're going to start discussing really important things.
Yeah, totally.
And then just like go, no, psych, and then just do dumb things.
But anyway, that was the end of the holiday. Only the start of the holiday.
Yep, that's the end of the holiday. Bye. Thanks for watching.
This was a wall in one of the toilets in Narita airport. That I was like, this is exactly what you want to see after a 14-hour flight.
Yeah. That's what most things look like after a 14-hour flight anyway.
So that was really it was really pleasing to my eyes. But then we saw Mario and everything was okay.
Yay! One thing I will say, after all the travelling, obviously becoming an expert on airports, Narita Airport is surprisingly shit.
It's so shit.
It's not a great airport. It's better than Glasgow, but then Glasgow Airport is just the fucking worst.
But at least Glasgow Airport's kind of like, I feel like Glasgow Airport kind of knows what it is, and it's just like we're just shit.
Yeah.
Narita Airport like has so many fucking, like, it's one of the busiest airports in the world.
Yeah.
And it's horrendous. Like, see, now obviously we were quite fucking, just off the plane and a bit shell shocked. But you see, when we went through like the sort of passport control and that the first time, it was so fucking bad. Like, really bad.
Well, this is the thing, right? Hang on, I'm just
surprised.
I'm gonna switch to my photos for a sec, just to show something. Right, this is basically how I got this in Narita Airport, right? Because we got the rail pass that takes you everywhere, right? This is how everything is communicated in Japan a lot of the time. Everything is just like this big giant mess of fucking stuff that's just like all the information thrown at your face, all this stuff. And what they tend to do is if they can laminate something and hand it to you, they will laminate it and hand it to you. So this basically explains how the JR pass works, how your rail pass works.
It's really clear.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And it's like, see when you've just got off a 14-hour flight and you've been awake for like literally 36 hours and you're just completely and utterly fucked, and then someone hands you that and goes, this is how you're going to get your train. By the way, you're going to use this to get your train to your first hotel, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck is all this? I don't know. It's just... Right. So what's this? This is a train we're looking out of.
I'm just letting the people know that we're back.
But that's quality of life stuff. Did you leave some
We
internet behind in
maybe
Japan?
did.
I think we did, Tinker Tailor. One of the cool things is when we book the JR Pass, you can book like a portable Wi-Fi thing, which is basically just a mobile phone that's got a portable hotspot and isn't really a mobile phone. It's just a portable hotspot. So then for like the time that you're there, you just carry that about with you, and then you just connect to that Wi-Fi, and then you've just got internet everywhere, and it's a fucking great idea. I don't know why other places don't do it. I mean, they probably do it, and I've just never seen it before, but it's really cool. Ahoy, Hereford, for the second time, third time, fifth time.
Just remembered one of the films I watched on the flight.
What's that?
It was the unbearable
the unbearable weight of immense
massive talent. The
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage one, which was genuinely quite funny.
It
was quite a fun film.
I remembered that in preparation for going to Japan, I watched the film Bullet Train.
I did try to watch that, but I didn't get very far with it.
Very silly. I enjoyed it. So this...
it wasn't on a bullet train, though.
No, I mean, it's set on a bullet train, but it's really, that's not what bullet trains look like.
It's not a bullet train I saw.
Speaking of trains...
Yes.
Japan's got a fucking amazing rail network. Like, no one in, like, hardly anyone in Tokyo or Osaka drives. Kyoto's a bit different because it's not quite as well kitted out. But, like, see, in Tokyo, it's like one of the busiest and most densely populated cities in the world, and hardly anyone fucking drives because it's just like... train stations are like a 15-minute walk apart, and if you drill down, you basically, it doesn't matter where you drill down from, you're gonna hit a fucking subway station. Just trains everywhere, and it's fucking great. So good.
It's incredible. It's like it's genuinely made so that, you know, no matter where you are, you can travel easily and cheaply. It's like, it's not that expensive. The bullet trains, I think, you know, do work out quite expensive. But then you get things like the JR Pass and all that. And I think there's an equivalent JR Pass for, like, residents of Japan.
Is this a photo of a choo-choo train?
This was the first train. So this is the train from Narita Airport to Tokyo Central, which is where we went the first time.
Yeah.
So just some photos. Just
train photos.
So many like so much accommodation. Just like there's so many of these buildings. I know like we have high rises and that here, but there was so fucking many of these massive things that were just all houses.
Yeah.
Just like kind of mind blowing. Yeah.
Yeah, it is incredible. Like and it's like the buildings in Japan, there's no such thing as a garden. People have like little pots and stuff like that literally just sit on the pavement. In a lot of cases, they don't even have pavements. And then in between each building, there's like a gap that's like, some cases just like a few inches, in some cases it's like maybe a foot or two, which is just filled with cables and wires and shit. It's absolutely insane. It's crazy.
A lot of people. There's a lot of people. There's like a kind of maybe a better idea of it. You just go past these areas and it would just be like these huge like buildings just constantly. They look like cruise ships almost. That's what they reminded me of.
Yeah.
When like COVID happened and there was all these cruise ships that were grounded in Glasgow. I remember going past them and it's just obviously these giant fucking things. That's what these reminded me of. Just rooms, you know what I mean? Nothing. And the thing is, like, they're all different, but it was just so many people.
Smallest gaps in the world somehow fits a vending machine. Exactly. Vending machines everywhere. Vending machines on the street. And I remember looking at that, like, at the first sort of hotel that we were going to when we were walking from Tokyo Station to our first hotel. And it's like seeing vending machines selling like hot coffee and juice and crisps and stuff like that on the street and being
not
like
crisps, not so much food, to be honest.
Not so many snacks. There were a couple selling snacks, but a lot of drinks and a lot of like energy drinks. But just like thinking if this was anywhere in the UK, these would get the shit kicked out of them in the space of like 2 minutes. Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't last a fucking night before some drunken idiot would come up to it and be like, bang, it's really funny. It's so surreal.
My friends are super lucky they have a little terrace over there. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean,
bollock and passwords.
A lot of it's just mad. Just mad. Anyway, you get to Tokyo Central and then you walk out and you see this and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's when it hit us that we're like in Tokyo.
When we come out of a big train station that's got a sign above it that says Tokyo on it. It was then that I realized I was in Tokyo when I saw the sign saying "Welcome to Tokyo."
Do you want me to hang up?
No.
Stop being a dick.
What do you mean? That's like 90% of my brand. Get him, Kaede. Fuck him up. No. I can't. I'm Bowser. Arrgh. And breathe fire and stuff.
Teresa will fuck up Bowser.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will. Look at that face. So anyway, that's Tokyo.
That's it. Like, if you got a photo of the train station, because the train station in Tokyo is fucking... Look at that shit. It's gorgeous.
Proper... Like, I don't know if it actually is old or if it's just built in the sort of...
Oh, no, I think that's an original building. But, like, it's fucking huge.
But it's not a very Japanese-style building.
I mean, I don't know how old. I mean, I think it's probably about 100-odd years old. So, I mean, maybe like Japanese in the 1920s might have been building shit like that. I don't know. But like, that train, like, the weirdest thing is like train stations are here in Scotland and to a lesser extent in Britain. Basically, it was purposely built to look British. I could understand that.
That was the vibes I got. Because it's not like any kind of Japanese architecture, really.
Yeah. But like our idea of a train station is you go into a building, you have a big fuck off glass roof, and you have about 20 train tracks all ending in front of you in a big line, just track. And like that's it. And it's like you just stand and you look at a board and you go 15 and then you walk to that one and like that's you. Whereas like
you're just describing Glasgow Central here.
And Glasgow Queen Street and Haymarket and the vast majority.
Well, Haymarket's a bit weirder, but yeah.
But like in Japan, a train station is you go in and there's like a concourse that leads in a million different directions, and then there's like train lines here, and then there's other train lines underneath, and then you go down and there's like 5 layers of subway, and then you go up and there's like highways of trains where they've got all the Shinkansen that are like up on top, and there's just like lines everywhere, and there's this like rabbit warren of fucking corridors that go in a million different directions, and there's like shops in there selling like Prada and like fucking brand new fucking sneakers. And
I mean, there's department stores that are basically like part of the station.
yeah,
Fucking mad.
yeah, it's wild, wild. And we've got like Greg's and Pret, and that's it. You don't like, honestly, you don't realize just how ass backwards Britain is.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't realize I had volume. Oh, you wouldn't hear that, oh yeah. Or did you?
I mean, I heard it.
Because I'm sharing
Yeah.
the screen. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's how videos work.
I'm very confused. Very confused.
Yeah.
I don't know what this video is, to be honest.
I think it's just walking about the streets.
It's just walking about the streets. Yeah.
Well, hang on, right? I'm gonna share some photos now. Oh no, that's a cool building. They had all the trees. It was like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Yeah, so the first place we stayed in was like in the sort of financial districty kind of like Tokyo.
It was a bit.
What was it? I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Cho?
Can't remember the area we stayed in.
But it was just kind of like just south of Tokyo Central Station.
Yeah, it was like a 15-minute walk from the central station in Tokyo.
Yeah, because with the idea being that we would just spend a couple of days there, get ourselves kind of just grounded, just get ourselves kind of like, you know, get over jet lag and whatever, and then we'd like go off. So this place wasn't really picked for location, but it ended up being really fucking nice. Like, I think this was my favourite hotel we stayed in.
It was really cool.
Out of all of them.
It was a really nice hotel.
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. Chuo, possibly.
Chuo. It wasn't in Ginza, no. But yeah.
I'm gonna have to take Bowser off.
Is your head getting all sweaty?
My head's getting very warm. And also the fact that I've got my headphones on underneath Bowser meant I was squeezing my ears a lot.
Oh.
I don't want squeezy ears. Ah.
Did you want to switch to some of your photos, did you say?
Yes.
You can't do them side by side, no?
Possibly. But I just wanted to get on to Hi Stardust. It's live. I just wanted to get on to the first thing that we did. The first the first actual thing, which was the teamlabs.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, but I want to get there now.
No, you have to have patience.
I want patience.
Yeah. Shiodome was not that far away from where we were, Firan. It was pretty close. Because this is the first snack selection.
Oh yeah.
We didn't know what we were doing, and that big thing ended up being like a big yum kind of thing.
So one thing about Japan that's fucking great is like there's convenience stores everywhere that are like you don't in the cities you don't get like supermarkets, right? You just don't. And you don't get like butchers and vegetable shops and stuff like that where you can buy sort of produce and cook, because there's just people don't have enough space to cook really in the city centres. So everything's convenience stores and cool little restaurants. And the convenience stores like the 7-Elevens and stuff like that, they're fucking great.
So good.
They're so good. You can buy anything and like see all like the packaged like little bread things and like the yum yums and stuff like that. They're fucking amazing. Do you know what I mean? They're so good.
And like the meals you could get out of there and stuff like that for just like next to no money at all.
Yeah, food is so cheap.
Insane.
And it's so tasty. And it's so
and I'm
cheap
pretty
and so
sure
tasty.
that's a Japanese like Tato's.
Yes.
I don't know if it's just rebranded or if they've kind of stolen like Tato's.
Yeah, for real. The white Coke. I remember we bought the bottle of white Coke. Not really not
That
really
was
knowing what
weird.
it was, because it was just like, it was Coke and then it had Japanese writing underneath, and we were like, cool, ooh, exciting, let's see what this is. And we bought it, and then we got it home to the hotel, and then we got Google Translate out, and then when we translated it, it's like special digestive Coke for like reducing weight and burning fat better.
There's a lot of weight loss stuff in Japan.
A lot of weight loss.
Yeah.
Lot of weight loss. A lot of fucking like sort of just woo medical stuff. Ooh. Yeah. Laxative Coke. Yeah, kinda. It's like wait, it's like that, it's like I had something and it's like, this'll burn fat faster just by drinking it, and I'm like, fuck off. No, they won't.
Like, I had no lie, I was really excited about the 7-Elevens and like the Family Marts and that, and they exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Is it me or are those screw caps massive? They are, Furan. They're fucking huge. Absolutely huge.
Because everything is like really not overly carbonated, but like strongly carbonated. Every time you opened the bottle, it felt like it was going to like... I think we had a couple of bottles kind of explode on us a little bit.
Yeah, for reals.
But I just wanted to like show off. I mean, this doesn't really show it off.
There's me translating the Coke. There you go. There's a photo of me
there you go.
actually translating the Coke live here on Radio 1 Scotland. No. But yeah, like all the hotels as well. I think this was possibly the biggest hotel that we had. And
yeah.
that photo basically covers everything. There was like a little balcony at the side. Some of the hotels was literally like, you know, it'd be a double bed with about a foot gap going round the outside of it, and like that's your room.
There's been a big crackdown on like Airbnbs and stuff like that in Japan, like quite rightly so.
Yeah.
But, it's like, so you've either got like super expensive hotels, or like we were kind of staying in places that were like sort of not really hotels, but like, you know, not really Airbnbs, like this weird kind of mid-ground, because all like Airbnbs just basically, well, they do exist, they're just very, very fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And yeah, this one was nice though. It had the big balcony. I don't know, I really liked it. I just liked the vibe of it.
Another thing as well, right? And this is good advice for anyone that wants to go, right? We went from like Tokyo to Osaka to Kyoto to Hakone to back to Tokyo, right? And one of our friends had advised us about luggage forwarding services. So that's what we did. We packed a bag for each sort of grouping of 6 days. And then the other bags we just gave to a luggage forwarding service and said, we're going to be at this hotel in 6 days. Just send that bag there, and then off the bag fucks and you don't have to deal with it. And it's so good. So good, because it means you're not carrying around a fucking giant big bag. Oh, there's a llama tap. Yay. There's the llama taps.
Llama tap.
But yeah, you just fucking you just go into a place and you just go, here's my giant suitcase that I can't be fucked carrying. Do you want to do it for us? And they go, okay. And then you just like fucking, they just take your bag.
I don't know why. I think we do have it in this country, but it's probably like really expensive. And there it's just like so affordable, and it's just so fucking worth it. And they're everywhere. It's like you can literally drop off and pick up stuff from anywhere.
Yeah.
Face soap.
Yeah. Face soap for your face. Baths. Japanese baths. Fucking great. Like, see, baths in Britain or the UK or like the West in general is really big, long, really shallow thing, but it's not long enough for you to sit in properly, and it's not deep enough for it to get the water. Whereas Japanese baths, really small, like lengthways, but it's deep enough for you to sit up, and the water's like up to your sort of like up to your shoulders or up to your chest, so you're always you're nice and warm.
I don't know why we're obsessed with long baths in this country, because I'm like, sometimes they're not. I mean, I imagine like for you, Gus, you probably like struggled to like sit in hours.
Yeah, I've never like I've never been in any bath in the UK that's not been just awkward, because it's like you either your shoulders are really cold or your knees are really cold, and you're never really able to sort of be underwater in any sort of comfortable way. You're always having to move. Whereas in a Japanese bath, it's like you just sit up in it.
Yeah. It's obviously like they're designed because of the small places that people stay in. But this probably has about the same volume of water as a long bath. And it's just so much nicer.
Yeah, and I don't get the idea of
Really
being
good.
like having a bath and lying down because she's never comfortable. Lying in a solid fucking tub is not comfortable. So why not do one that you can sit up in? There's Kaede taking photos of. Thanks.
It's just it's a little Sakura.
It's a little drainage cover.
Sakura's thing. There's a selfie of me, and also really bad selfie, but every place provides jammies as well.
Yeah, you get free jammies. It's great. You go in and they're like, "Here's some robes. Enjoy." And
Everywhere.
I'm just like, "It's so good."
So good. And there's this guy.
Yeah.
Saw that guy.
He's a good guy.
Oh yeah, because before we went to teamlabs, we went to the outdoor market.
We did. We went to an outdoor market, and they had it was like a fish market, and they had loads of cool fish, and then they had special super special Japanese snack foods, and there was a big line of people. And we went, "Ooh, what's this? Let's go and do that." And it was an omelette on a stick.
Egg on a stick.
Egg on a stick.
It was like a sweet omelette.
Fioran asking the fucking big questions there. Lawson 7-Eleven or Family Mart. That's a toughie. I mean, I thought
really liked Lawson's.
I'm gonna throw a curveball in and say that I really liked New Day, which was the sort of newer version.
I never really went to.
Yeah, they're not as ubiquitous, but
no.
I got a little snacky breakfast cake from New Day, and it was like a sort of curved, multi-layered sort of vanilla cake that was just super light and super fluffy and fucking incredible, and it was just wonderful. But yeah, egg stick.
Stick.
I found it was really funny because we went to the egg stick place. There was like one place that was like really, really, really popular and had this massive fucking queue, and they had to have like signs out to sort of direct the queue around the corner and all that kind of business. And it was like, you know, everyone was there, and it was like the guy was just fucking making it fresh and handing you this like boiling hot like egg on a stick, like egg stick, and you're like, all right, cool, man, fucking get myself. And then across the road, there was a place that was dead, totally empty, but had this really, really, really well designed, like traditional looking sign outside, yeah, with like text on it that was just like, we have the proper, I can't remember what the snack was called, but it's like, we do it the traditional way where it's meant to be left overnight and eaten cold the next day. That's the real way to eat it. None of this fucking watching a guy doing it fresh business. No, this is the proper stuff. And everyone was just like, yeah, don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck.
I don't think it was something else. It wasn't the egg thing. But I also had I had some grilled eel at that market. That was good.
Oh yeah,
that was tasty.
It was tasty. And Nate took some photos of giant crabs. There was a tank across the road from the eel place that had giant crabs, and I mean fucking huge. Like 1960s B movie huge. Do you know what I mean? Like attacking downtown New York.
In terms of the convenience store, I'd say for me it was Lawson's, but I'd be interested to hear any other views on that from other people.
Lawson's is good.
This was a John Lennon Return.
Yep.
Cafe.
Yep.
We guess that John Lennon went there.
Yeah.
Once or something. Don't know.
That's it, right? So if you bring that back up, right? So, when it says set, what they basically mean is set meal. That's their sort of phrase for like a meal of a group of things. So there you've got like a bacon and egg set, right? And if you look in the picture, you can't really see the full picture, but there's bacon, there's eggs, and there's little trays and there's other things. It's like you're getting like a full breakfast. 640 yen is just over £4. And like that'll be tasty as fuck. And all the street foods like that, like everywhere you go, it's like you'll get like one of the last days we were in Tokyo, we went into this like sort of curry, fast foody curry kind of place. It was like quite a traditionally kind of place. But I got like their portions of chips. It was a decent like small side plate of chips. It's literally £1. I get 2 portions of chips and a Coke for 500 yen, which is like fucking £3.50. Fucking great.
I think I got like a curry.
So
It's like a curry stew they called it or something. So it's like a more liquidy sort of curry. I added extra vegetables into it. I got a drink, and I think that was about 1,000 yen.
Yeah.
Maybe less than that.
It's like you'll get the best food in the world thrown at you out of like a tiny
Just
little
nothing.
window on the side of a street for like literally loose change in your pocket.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
Balls.
Yay, balls.
Balls were a bit of a theme.
So this was en route to teamlabs.
Yep.
We were down in this district, which is basically the equivalent of Govan. It like used to be like their sort of shipbuilding area, the major shipbuilding area in Tokyo, and it's just getting completely rebuilt. But it's obviously fucking gorgeous. The exchange rate is 150 yen to £1. Basically.
Yeah, so like how's that worked out? 100 yen was about 60p.
Ish. Yeah.
63 pence or something like that. So that was how I kind of worked it out.
How many tanukis?
Lots of tanukis.
Are the tanukis the guys with the balls?
The guys with the balls.
Guys with the balls.
Guys with the balls.
Guys with the balls.
Guys with the ball. This place was really nice. It was kind of just nice and open and had like a wee park and stuff. There was loads of like nurseries taking like kids. I didn't take any photos because obviously it'd be weird. But like the nurseries, I'll take out the little babies in these like little carts. So they just like push along these like carts full of babies.
Yeah.
And there's just these little toddlers.
Yeah.
In these little carts. It's really cute.
Yeah, it's got a little tray of babies on wheels. It's great. But they also had, and you know that way you kind of, when you're used to living in Britain where there's no natural danger from anything at all. Like the worst thing that we've got here is a fucking midgie. Then you get to Tokyo and it's really beautiful place and it's really beautiful and open. And then it's got all these signs that are like, this is only 1.2 meters above sea level. See if there's a tsunami, you're fucked. And you're kind of like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks for that. And then it's like you get signs like all the way up going like, right, okay, this is 3 meters above sea level. You're still probably going to be fucked. But I mean, you're slightly better off. And you're just like, all right, okay, shit. Yeah, that's good.
Cool to know.
Pretty sure those 3 buildings are special if you're on the water, have a sail pattern on them. They were blocks of flats.
It could still be special blocks of flats.
They might be special blocks of flats.
That's a pigeon.
That's a pigeon. Pigeons make weird noises and crows make weird noises.
No, is it the crows? The pigeons were all right.
No, the pigeons, you could definitely hear a Japanese twang. But the crows sounded fucking weird.
The crows were. I think I've got a video of the crows actually.
Yeah.
And then there was these little burps.
The little starling burps.
No, they're like sparrows, but I don't know if they're exactly the same as like the sparrows that we get.
This is basically just
pretty.
This is just content for Llama, really. Llama and Kaede content.
And well, I mean, yeah. I'm trying to. What's this video not playing? Oh, there you go. Is it burps?
Burbs.
Burps. Burbs. Yeah, they are like little sparrows.
Stardust likes burbs also. Okay, we've got content for everyone.
Yay!
Fun
Here's
for the whole family. There's a crow. This is their attempt to make a crane as good as the Glasgow Cran, but obviously it's shit. That's probably me singing, you can just hear.
You can just hear at the end. But yeah, the crows are mad.
But yeah, they do. If you're in, birds actually do have regional accents.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's some knowledge for you.
It's a wiggly phone,
It's a wiggly phone.
isn't it? Oh, it's a family selfie.
Yay.
And then there's me posing.
Yay.
Yeah. Cool dude.
Yeah. In your cool as fuck jacket.
Yeah, the dogs. I love that. You can switch over for Teamlabs if you want then.
Yeah.
I know you've been itching. I could feel your energy.
So that was my photo of that area. And then we went in a place called Teamlabs, right? Now, Teamlabs is like a sort of an art gallery kind of thing, but it's more of like an experience. And it's like art that you're kind of like walking through and experiencing. Like the whole thing is just like a big giant exhibition that you're kind of wandering through. And when we got there, it was like, you had a little video at the start, like it was fucking Laser Quest, where you all stood in a wee room and you had to like watch the orienteering video, and they were like, take off your shoes and roll your fucking trousers up, and you're like, what? Okay.
Can I just point out a really funny thing? It does not tell you anything about that when you book it.
Yeah.
It doesn't say like, oh, by the way, you have to take your shoes off for this, and
Yeah.
like you have to take your socks off, so make sure you don't want to like wear tights or anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about that. It just maybe they should put that on the website. That's all I'm saying.
They did also have in the orienteering video, they were like, yeah, a lot of the floors in here are also mirrored floors. We get mirrors everywhere. So if you're wearing a skirt, just be aware of that. You can rent shorts for free if you want. Give you a free pair of nice little shorts so that you're not walking around with all these guys going, I can see your pants. So the first thing that happens, like when we go through and you go in and you take your shoes and socks off and you put them in the wee free locker and you get your wee wristband and you feel like you're in a swimming pool, and then you walk around a corner and then you fucking are in a swimming pool. Pretty much, it's like they had this like slide of water that you were walking up, so it was like a very shallow incline, but just like warm water coming down, and you're like just walking through and everyone's like, oh, this is so weird. And then went into this fucking room. And this photo doesn't quite do it justice, but it captures some of the wonderful movement where it's like you're basically going through like a fucking like a really soft beanbag that's about 3 foot fucking deep. So as you're walking, you're just like and everyone's falling all over the place. And I've never been in an art gallery kind of exhibition space and walked into a room and just heard like everyone pissing themselves laughing like little kids. Is so good. And the wall was all really weird. Have you got a video of it?
Yeah. Obviously it's dark, so you don't really see much, but you can probably get a feeling for the sort of vibe of it.
The vibes.
Yeah, I did like the walls, how they were like kind of little like booby shapes. It was nice.
So like everyone's on like hands and knees and shit like that, just trying to crawl through. It is so good.
It's like, imagine like a beanbag, but like a whole room sized beanbag. It's amazing.
And then we're into this. Look at this. I think I've got. I didn't get a video of that.
Do you know?
I was sure I had videos of this.
Maybe they've not uploaded.
Hang on, I need to check.
I've got videos.
Have you got videos? Let's see your videos.
Yeah, I've got videos.
This was so fucking cool. This was just one of the most incredible fucking rooms I've ever walked into in my entire life. It's fucking stunning. Look at this shit.
Oh, I love that. It feels like wind.
It's amazing.
Wow.
So this was like an infinity floor kind of thing. So it was like all mirrored, and it was floor and ceiling mirrored. And then all the lights were like programmed, so they were like rushing through and creating different patterns and all kinds of shit, and you're just kind of wandering through this like crystallized cave of just fucking gorgeousness. Like absolutely like mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Being in that. I was sure I took videos. I don't understand what's happened to them.
But it
No,
also had like
I've
an app.
Only got the photo.
Oh.
Yeah, there was an app that you could download on your way in, and then you could, in this room and in a lot of the other exhibition spaces, you could like interact with it. So it was like it would use Bluetooth to determine where you were, and then you could be like, in this one you could like change what the display was doing and change it to like different patterns and effects and create different sort of movements and rushing effects and all that kind of stuff. So it's like it becomes like a collaborative kind of piece.
Yeah, you kind of like changed like the weather and the sort of like movement of the air and everything like that. It was
stunning. And then we went into this place, which is like this massive fucking room filled with like sort of ankle to knee deep water, depending on how big you are. And it had all these projections from the roof coming down that were like little fish. And when the fish hit your leg, they exploded into flowers. And it was so cool. And then you're kind of like walking through all of this. And then we went into... I've not got a photo of it. We went into this then...
I've also got a video of this, of the...
Oh, yeah.
The fishies.
Fishies.
That's a cool photo.
But then we went into this little room. And it was so weird because the water in this big area was like really warm.
Yeah.
And really nice. And there was this little bit off to the side where you could go through this little door into this little room where you could have like a seat and just watch this sort of like piece in front of you. And the water in there was cold. So like as soon as you step through this door, you all of a sudden like the water at your feet just kind of like slowly changed from like really warm to really cold, and it was like a very wonderful experience. None of it was piss, Llama, because Ad wasn't there. There was a kind of one-way system, through the whole thing.
Yeah, it was kind of like they didn't like usher you on or anything, but they were just kind of like, you know, it's like a one sort of direction to go through.
Yeah.
I really liked this room. I liked the fish.
It was cool.
And the music and stuff.
Hope no one had any fungal infections. The whole place stank of chlorine. Like proper OG, like swimming pool chlorine. So it was very, very, very well sanitized. Yeah.
Kind of weird though.
That was the wee room off to the side, isn't it?
Yeah, with the wee, it was like the sort of reflection, like kind of thing. Which I later found out, it's like an NFT, but you can like change it or something. I don't know. They had this whole weird thing. I didn't quite understand it.
Yeah.
It was interesting anyway.
But then we went into the room with the balls. Big balls. And it was all changing colour, and it was cool as fuck, and it was just a big giant room with big giant balls, and it's like the most photogenic space in the world. Just giant photos of balls. Ball photos everywhere. Balls everywhere.
And they were all like, there's some loose ones, and there was some like bouncy ones, and
it was just
balls.
It was just amazing.
I've got the cool photos of us all together.
And I just realised that like when I'd uploaded all the photos to Google Photos, Google Photos hasn't got all the videos and stuff like that I've taken, so I've got some of the videos and stuff from like that crystal room on my phone, but they're not on Google.
It's alright. I got them.
His balls. Balls. Yeah, you can see the reflections, but his balls. I need to try and get some of these videos off. Because they're very cool.
I've got video and some photos as well. Just switch back.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Some loose, some bouncy, all huge. Some attached to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Apparently, originally they were meant to be filled with helium, but due to the cost of helium, they had to hang some from the ceiling instead.
Yeah, so I think they were all like floating at different like heights.
Yeah.
And then helium happened, and
then helium became really expensive for reasons. Because capitalism.
But we did some cool photos.
God, no, we need helium for medical devices. No, we need helium for floating balls. Lama,
Yeah,
we need
exactly.
helium for really cool multicolored floating ballrooms.
Balls. Balls.
Big helium at it again, exactly. Big helium at it again.
What was that? You totally cut out there.
Helium makes you go high pitched and squeaky.
Oh, that's what it was.
Llama's been won over by the balls. Not the first time you said that. I was going to say that before you said that, and then you beat me to the punch, and now I feel... You know that way it's like on Twitch, mods, the job of a mod is to attack a streamer. Well, that's the worst kind of attack, is stealing jokes before you can get there. Do you know what I mean?
The like sneaky ninja attack. So do you want to explain this room while I go through the videos of it and the photos?
So this room was fucking... This is my favourite. Like, this was basically like a planetarium, but it was all like videos of like flowers and butterflies and shit. So like the whole ceiling is just like a big dome that's being projected onto. So as soon as you walk into it, and the floor's mirrored as well. So like as soon as you walk into it, it's just like this massive fucking eternal space filled with like beautiful flowers all kind of floating around you, and giant butterflies and all kinds of stuff. And everyone's just like lying on their back, just staring up at it, and it's just gorgeous. It's like photos don't really do, like the ballroom photos kind of do give you a good impression of what it's like, but this, it's like, this is just completely all encompassing. Like your entire field of view is just filled with a completely massive space filled with flowers and butterflies and all kinds of cool shit sort of floating around. And sometimes the butterflies would get like really close to the camera, I guess, and it was like this giant like 300-foot butterfly above you, just very slowly floating past.
And then sometimes the whole thing would kind of like start moving in one direction, and because it was mirrored, you would feel, if you're watching the floor, you'd feel that like the floor was going like the opposite direction.
Yeah, you'd feel like it was kind of tilting.
It was really fucking cool.
Yeah, I was a really big fan of this room. I got some good photos, but they do have feet in them. I'll find myself on some websites.
It had all these tinkly music as well. There's a giant butterfly come to eat me.
Yeah. Can't go into specifics, but there's some good balls out there. There's some great balls out there. There's some fantastic balls. And I'm just going to switch back for a sec. Switch. There you go. So this kind of gives you a very loose idea as to kind of sitting around in it, and how it's like you feel like you're kind of floating because the ground below you is all mirrored. But obviously, those feet are going to end up on a website.
That's, yeah.
Yeah. I tried to take many selfies, like looking down at the reflection kind of thing.
It was really dark, though.
It was really dark. My camera didn't really do too well. There you go. And also someone else's feet. And then, like, so this was the last room in the first half of the exhibit. And then there was like the second part of the exhibition, which was the garden exhibit. And it was like this. So this room.
Have you got the silver balls?
I do have the silver balls, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so this
The
room.
silver balls came first.
No, they didn't. This room was first. Silver balls were after.
No, the silver balls came first, and then it was the flowers. The flowers were the last thing.
I don't think they were.
They were. I've got it in chronological order on my Google Photos.
Well, in that case, Google hasn't taken any photos of any of my silver balls. Well, you just have to share your silver balls then.
I need to share my silver balls.
Fine, you can share your weird silver ball eggs.
I'm gonna share my silver ball eggs. Silver balls.
Gusbo's looking fierce. Just fierce. Fierce. No.
I really liked this room.
I'm gonna eat the balls. Num 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 num.
It was a bit sad that the moss was definitely sort of suffered from the winter.
Yeah.
But each one of these balls was like attached by a wire, and it was kind of like wobbly, like a weeble.
Yeah.
But they all made noise.
He did.
I don't know if I really caught it.
Yeah, you could like push them and they would make jingle jangles.
So the whole place was just like jingly jangly.
Yeah, Silver Balls channel on Discord. Absolutely. Looks like a cowshed of silver ball cows.
Show your silver balls.
Moo indeed. That's the thing, like I would like if I was doing this exhibition, right? And each time you move one of the balls, it makes a sort of jingle jangle noises, and then the whole thing sort of collects together into this big sort of mess of jingle jangle sound. I would make just one of them, just one ball, make like some kind of ridiculous noise, like a cow going moo or sing nine cat. Do you know what I mean? Just something like that. Just purely just as a wind up, because I'm an arsehole. Like a happy version of Alien, exactly. Also, in the beautiful room. So this one was like again mirrored floor, mirrored ceiling, and then they had loads of like orchids, like hanging.
They were all alive.
They were all all alive. Some of them were like slowly moving up and down as well. And I took a very oops, I'm just closing the wrong one. And I took a very artistic shot. Yay! Look at the artisms. Look at the artisms. I did an artism. It's very nice.
That's my face.
That is your face. And then used my camera, my phone's like ridiculous macro lens to get ridiculous macro photos of the orchids because they're very pretty. But look at that space. It's just so fucking cool.
This was actually probably my favorite room.
Like I think out of all the rooms, this would be the one. Wait, hang on, I'll switch over.
Sorry.
This would be the one that I would like chill in the most. This would be like the perfect place to hang out, because some of the other ones were just way too intense. Like the big giant butterflies and stuff, but that would be really cool to hang out in for like 20 minutes, and then you're like
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But even like this was just the sort of entrance way to the kind of like flower room. But because it was mirrored, it was just this infinite
infinite people.
Infinite people. I don't know, it really tickled me. It looked like there's like people underneath you, but there wasn't.
Yeah.
Wow. There's just the mirror from the top. I
don't
know, that just really blew my mind.
Yeah. It's very cool.
And
I
there's
was about to
people
say this
above.
is like that mathematically perfectly spherical cow I was talking about. You talk about that all the time, Llama. You can never shut up about that spherical cow. You need to just stop. Have you heard of this immersive Las Vegas exhibit called Meow Wolful Megamart? Yes.
Yeah, I really want to go to that.
It's the only. It's the only reason I would go to Las Vegas.
Yeah, literally. We took some little photos in the flowers.
Yeah. So this place, this teamlabs place, I think they change their exhibit every, maybe every year, every like 6 months or something like that. Yeah.
No, I think it's every few years. Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah. Hello, Wally Pie. How you doing? Welcome in. We're going over our Japan travels, and this is a cool place in Japan that we went to called teamlabs. That's like a big cool exhibit of big cool stuff. Hello, Dirty Fisherman. I really wanted to go to teamlabs, but lost a data hangover. Boo. Also, hello. Yay.
Hello.
Yeah, teamlabs is absolutely incredible. Absolutely fucking incredible.
Like,
I think it probably would have cured your hangover. You should have just gone. That's a great
really,
photo.
really
like honestly, Bollock and Passwords, like everywhere in there was just so incredibly photogenic. Like the whole place is just the best place to walk around. And the good thing is, like, you know, when you go into a lot of art galleries and stuff like that, they're like, no cameras, no bad boo cameras, stinky ooh. Whereas in this place, they were like, by the way, there's going to be like loads of water and stuff like that. So just make sure you look after your camera, but take as many photos and videos as you want. Just fucking go for it. Get them shared out there. Let people see this. And it's like, it's just a much better kind of vibe. Really.
Do you want to take over for a bit while I go for a pee?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's pretend it's my stream after all.
Oh, just there's a photo of me joining the J-pop band. Just
what?
Just
where?
Before I go.
Oh yeah, there's Kaede joining the J-pop band.
Right, I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. Okay. Have a good pee. So then outside, right? They had this big fucking tower thing. Was like fully animated flame stuff. So the whole thing's just like slowly kind of burning in like a very sort of like generated fire kind of way, right? But you could download an app on your phone specifically for this one exhibit, and the app would basically be like a portable fire. And it kind of reminded me of Dark Souls in a mad way, because you would walk up and kindle the fire in your phone by like touching your phone onto the big fucking tower, and then your app on your phone would light up, and like that would get the fire from the big fire. So you can then walk around with like part of this exhibition with you. Which is a cool idea. Little bit wank, but a really cool idea. They also had out there, I don't know if we got a photo of it. I've not got it on my Google. No, because the next photo I got was chips that we got outside. But there was like a bench that they had, and I know it sounds ridiculous being like, oh yeah, they had this bench, right? But they had a bench outside where you could get some. There's a place doing like ramen and stuff. Gusbo, what the fuck are you talking about? All of this is just insane. He's tripping cowballs. I know, right? But this bench was like a single thing, like non-stop. So it kind of looked like a giant pile of string, right? That's just like kind of going out and then turning back and going over itself. And it just kind of like all tangled up in this big giant sort of mess. So you would be sitting on one bit, and then the bench above you would be like a table and all that kind of stuff. But it was just like massive stuff, and it was cool as fuck. It was definitely the best bench I've seen. So then after that, we went into this little cafe place and got some really nice chips, and it was good, and I enjoyed it. And then later on, when we were out, we discovered an ad museum. That's right. There's a museum devoted to ad. And as you can see, round outside, hello, only two comics. Welcome back. Thank you very much. As you can see, in true ad style in the ad museum, they've embellished the door with piss. This is actual real piss that's been illuminated in little containers, just purely for ads piss vibe in general. Museums are for old things. It's genuinely ads piss. Yeah, they went to a lot of trouble getting it in as well, because Japanese import and export laws are quite specific. So I'm not sure how you managed to get your piss across the border, but it's impressive. It is impressive. It's harvested, genuine 100% ad piss. Then we got some more chips somewhere else. So that was most of our first sort of stop in Tokyo. I don't think we really did anything
you don't
else.
have photos of the weird little guys, do you?
What weird little guys?
The weird. Just switch over. You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah.
Just like wandering around, and we just stumble upon these weird little guys.
Yeah. So this was
lads.
We went out to there's like a big clock, which is like a sort of Studio Ghibli style clock, and just next to it they had these I think they're meant to be benches that you can sit on.
Yeah, I think so. It's just weird wee guys.
Just weird wee guys. Yeah, minus 100 exactly. Minus 100 out of 10.
Just weird wee guys.
Why the human centipede? I mean, llama, it's no judgment here. Do you know what I mean? No judgment at all. One thing I will say about them is they do have mighty fine booties on them. I mean, that is good booty.
It's good booty.
That is good booty. If you're going to spend your life with your face sewn to a booty, at least get it sewn to a good one.
I mean, they're not sewn, let's be fair. They're independent articles.
They are Human Centipede Tribute Act.
Just having a time. Weird wee guys.
Sometimes Japan gets weird. I mean, you say that because it's true. Yeah, I don't have any photos between here and Kyoto. Not Kyoto.
Osaka.
Strong Zero.
Strong Zero.
Strong Zero's fucking great.
This was really nice as well. A lot of they have a lot of sour alcohol drinks, sours.
Yeah. Like they don't have see the thing that we've got here where it's like, oh, if you're drinking alcohol and it's like some kind of like lemony sweet alcohol, then that's for kids and it's really bad and it's just alcohol pops and boo, and that kind of sucks. Whereas in Japan they're like, no, we're gonna make this shit that's nice and it's lovely and we're not gonna attach any like fucking weirdness to it, because why would you? It's just tasty alcohol stuff. Do
you know what are really big in Japan though?
What is?
Really Smirnoff Ices.
Smirnoff Ices are quite big in Japan, yeah. There's a lot of...
They're fucking huge.
There's a lot of things that Japan... There's a lot of things that Japan's kind of taken from the West and not really knowing what to do with. And some alcohol's one of them. But my favourite thing is like sausages in Japan. They've got sausages everywhere, but they don't have a fucking clue what sausages are or how to deal with them or whatever. And it's like, there's one restaurant we went past and it just had like on the menu outside just plate of sausages. Like you could order a plate of chips, do you know what I mean? It's just a plate of sausages and you're like, who does that? Who does that? Why would anyone do that? That's weird. But
sausages, isn't it?
One of the best things, I don't know if we've got any photos, but like one of the best things, all the restaurants, right? I would. Yes, fair, snakehead. All the restaurants, right? Like they've got menus and stuff outside,
Mystery.
but instead of having a menu, what they've got is a little window display with like models of all of their dishes.
I really
Like,
wish we'd went to that museum.
yeah, there's a museum and a sort of factory where you can go to see how these are made, and
And
it's
you can
like,
make your own.
yeah, you can make your own, and it's like really, really, really beautifully detailed, like perfect recreation models of like fucking like ramen or like, you know, okonomiyaki, and you know, just like everything is just like redone with the same like glint off it to make it look wet and hot and all that kind of stuff. It's
So good
incredible.
though. I saw ones that were like they've got ones that are just like a glass of beer, and I'm like, kind of. I think everyone knows what a beer looks like,
Yeah.
but you know, go off. They're great.
And one thing I will say as well, like, see when you go into a burger place in the UK and you see the photo of a burger, and then you get the burger and the burger is like this fucking flat thing, and it's like the lettuce is like pure soggy and just kind of dying.
Wait, do I have...
Like in Japan, when you get a burger at a burger place, or when you get any food out of any place, it's like what you get looks just like the photos. It's like they care so much about food, and it's like they treat it like it's fucking art. And I was saying this to Kaede, like when we were talking about it quite a lot, because it's like the way that we approach food and the way that they approach food is like kind of inverted, where it's like our idea of going out for a meal is all about the experience of going out, and you go in and you sit in a restaurant and you spend like fucking 3 hours there, and you get served by someone like you're some kind of fucking royalty. That was the Ghibli clock. It was cool.
Yeah.
But you know, it's all about the setting, and it's all about the people that you're with, and it's all about the chat and the conversation, and the food invariably is not really that great. Do you know what I mean? By comparison. And in Japan, they're like, yeah, we don't, you know, you're not here to chat, you're here to fucking eat. So here's some food. We're going to give it to you in 2 seconds, and it's going to be super tasty. Now get the fuck out of here. Or alternatively, it's like they don't even have anywhere to sit. It's just like it's a hole in the wall, and they've got like a couple of benches outside. If you're lucky, if you're not, it's just like just fucking folks just leaning up against the wall or sitting on a fence, just like nom 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 nom. Oh, this is the best food ever, and it's amazing. Anyway,
Case in point.
Yeah,
Moss Burger.
Moss Burger's fucking great. Also, right,
Okay.
see this green stuff hiding at the back? See
No,
this
it's not
fucking green
hiding.
stuff? See this? Melon soda.
Melon soda changed my life. Seriously. Fucking hell. Changed my life.
Maybe better than Iron Brew. And that is a bold statement. Melon soda is fucking incredible. It is so good. When I came back, I immediately ordered a crate. I totally dirty fisherman. Like, it's so.
Let us know where you ordered from, because we are literally on the same page and we're about to order from somewhere.
Yeah. It
doesn't even like taste like melon. That's the thing. It's just It's so it's kind of like the way that Iron Brew is indescribable, and people are like, "Oh, it's like this or it's like that." Melon soda's the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's just
it is magical and incredible and wonderful. And we brought a couple of bottles back from the airport, because it's like you can get Fanta melon soda. And it's so annoying that you can only get it in Japan. I'm like, why do you not have this here? Fanta's a big global brand. Why do you not have this shit here? Why do you not have this shit everywhere? It's fucking magical. It's so good.
The German one's probably no good.
Boo, your German living situation. Boo. I shake my fist at
I've been looking into like melon syrup and that, so I might get some of that and try it and see if it's the same. But incredible stuff.
It is the best fucking juice you can imagine. It's so good.
All the 7-Eleven food.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Also,
Just
Moss Burger is like a Japanese burger chain, and it's fucking great.
best. I think
So
that's the
good.
best like fast food burger I
Yeah.
tried. So good.
Yeah, we did have a Combini ranking battle. Kaede was into Lawson's.
Lawson's, yeah.
Yeah.
Lawson's for me.
I'm a big fan of 7-Elevens in general. But there was one that's kind of like a smaller brand that's not quite got fully established yet called New Day. That was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Choo choo. Is this on? It's on the Shinkansen.
Yep, on the way to Osaka.
This be us going from Tokyo to Osaka.
Osaka.
That's very slowed down though. That's actually running at about 10% speed. The real speed of that, like you can't. They have signs up everywhere saying don't post videos of this at full speed because people's brains will melt. So there. Gusbos into New Day before they were cool. I mean, you know. Yes. Did you see Mount Fuji? We did see Mount Fuji on the train. Mount Fuji's fucking huge. You don't.
I did there was a moment where I saw that, and at first I was like, "Is it?" And I was like, "No, it's not." But there's photos of it later on.
Yeah.
Ice cream in the vending machine.
Mount Fuji's so big. Like you don't quite realize. Like we saw it when we saw it flying in, and it's like from the plane. It's like you see.
Train.
That is a Mario train. That is a Mario train.
We'll talk about Mount Fuji when we get there. Come on.
Okay, sorry. So
it's all right. You're going off on tangents. I'm just trying to rein you back in.
So New Day are nothing to do with the band, but they're everything to do with the wrestling group. They're not. So this is in Osaka. So we were staying in a hotel that was attached to the Universal theme park, which is where they have Super Mario Land. So
that was our view.
When we were getting the train, it was Mario themed, and our view.
No, we didn't get that train. That pulled up to the station.
Kaede?
Oh.
No, we got all every train we got was a Super Mario train.
We got the Super Mario
Everything
train.
was magical and Mario orientated.
Things.
Everything was brilliant.
Sorry.
So yeah, the hotel has got like two sides to it. One side looks out over the theme park, another side looks out over like an industrial port. Which is great because Kaede loves big weird industrial things and piping.
Industrial. They look good. Look at that. That's interesting to look at. Good scenery.
For anyone who knows, you're doing Japan wrong. For anyone that knows the west of Scotland, me and Kaede have actually driven through Grangemouth, just purely for Kaede. To appreciate.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And for anyone that doesn't know,
at night time and it's all lit up.
For anyone that doesn't know the west of Scotland, Grangemouth is a town which is literally just a fucking oil refinery. And there's pipes for the oil refinery just like over roads and shit, just everywhere. The whole fucking thing.
Yeah, see? Fura knows.
It's just pure industry.
Trade.
Looks like Port Talbot. Yeah. I've never been to Port Talbot, but they do like a lot of Wales stuff in Japan.
Great trains.
Trains. Yeah, all the trains around the Universal Studios were really cool.
Great trains. And then we went. First night we went for a walk in downtown Osaka.
Yeah.
Which is just
like downtown Osaka is fucking incredible. Like
it is like the movies. It's like when you see a movie about Japan.
Yeah.
It's like probably based on Osaka.
Yeah, when you see all the like stuff where it's like, you got Blade Runner kind of stuff and like everything's moving and animated and everything's a giant screen. And yeah, giant crabs everywhere.
Giant crabs. This guy. That guy.
So this is like a bridge. Like Osaka's weird because it's like you don't realize until you get there that it's like there's loads of canals and stuff like that, and it's kind of
I didn't think it would have a canal in it at all. Like that really took me by surprise.
It kind of feels a bit like Amsterdam, except like Amsterdam in the year 5000. But this bridge is like the famous part of the town where all the cool kids go and hang out and stuff like that. And it's got that guy whose name I can't remember, and then all these screens round about.
Glyco guy.
Yeah, something like that. He's been there for like decades. But the weirdest thing, right? See these advertising boards? Like some of them are like fucking proper like 8K incredible high def running at like 120 frames a second, and when you see that like 100 feet high, you're just like, what the fuck?
I don't know why I made that go sideways.
Go sideways, just for shits and giggles.
But it's like it's noisy. Like I'll turn this up and just so you can hear like how noisy it is.
Yeah.
That wasn't even that bad. Like that was quite quiet. But it's just
like everywhere in Japan, every city is so noisy. Everything's shouting at you. The shops are shouting at you. In Shinjuku, there's fucking lampposts that are like, don't smoke in the street. And constant just, it's mad. Absolutely mad. There was one train station that had like a wall of videos, like a full video, like the whole way down a corridor was just like screen, all showing the same video on loop, and it was like a 5-second fucking loop. And at one point of it, across from this wall was like a little cafe. And it was just someone who's basically just standing in like the sort of door of this cafe, facing this wall all day, listening to this fucking video on a 5-second loop. And I'm like, you would go fucking mental. Like, how can you do that?
Sorry. Did you go up in that weird ride just down the road that takes you up?
Yeah, look, that's it there. It wasn't working.
No, I think is it not like a roller coaster or something?
Well, no. Well, there's that ride.
Yeah,
just
that's
there.
like a Ferris wheel.
That's like a big giant Ferris wheel.
That's a donkey thing.
Kind of thing. Smoking in Japan's a male experience. Literally everyone taking. Like, yeah, so in Japan, and you're not allowed to smoke in the street in the vast majority of places. And what they've got in a lot of places is little smoking areas on the street.
Funny.
So they've got like a little bus shelter kind of thing where everyone just goes and stands in and just like
really funny.
It's just mad.
Also, this like chef guy up here, this giant guy turned around.
Yeah.
He moved.
Yeah.
It's just so that Ferris wheel thing wasn't working when we were there.
Yeah. So we should. I would have been on that like a shot.
I've been on that at all. So scary.
But yeah, the other thing, slightly related to what Dirty Fishman was saying about people not just chucking shit in the pavement. Tokyo and Osaka are two of the busiest fucking places I've ever been in my life, and there is no litter anywhere.
None.
Nothing. It's like the cleanest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like, see, you don't quite realise until we got back and then looking around Glasgow, and I'm like, fucking hell, there's shit everywhere.
And like you come down here and it's all like little street food stalls, and like down like closer to the river it's all this wee street food and everything, and there's just nothing. No litter at all.
It's
also really like these pipes, just FYI.
Yeah, they are very cool pipes.
Very good pipes.
Very good pipes. But it's like you're walking around these streets where there's like like Tokyo's literally like the most densely populated city on the planet. For the whole metropolitan area, there's like 15 million people living in Tokyo, and it's like there's no dirt on the street anywhere. There's no chewing gum. All the pavements are fucking immaculate, and it's like how do you do that?
Staying in Kabukicho that's covered in layers in the morning, to be fair, but very quickly cleaned up. I can imagine that. Yeah, I can imagine it being like really bad, like late at night, and then because like I think we did see like some broken glass and stuff. I do remember like quite early on.
Yeah.
Also, this is one of my favorite photos I took just because of the like colors and the. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just stunning.
So the other thing as well is that like all of the buildings are like just so artistically done. Like everything is like designed. Everything's advertising something. Everything is has a message that is coming into your face, like absolutely everywhere. And it's like you come back to Glasgow and it's just like everything's just grey and flat, and all the buildings are just copy pasted. Like someone's just really bored in fucking SimCity or something like that. It's like it's so weird because everything in Japan feels like unique and bespoke and designed for a purpose as opposed to just like fucking there.
This was the tonkatsu ramen that me and Nathan had,
Yeah.
which was fucking incredible. Although I thought it was quite funny because the place has got this board out the front and it says Osaka tonkatsu ramen originated from this store.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure, is that one of those things like, you know, world's best coffee?
Yeah.
Kind of thing, or if it was true. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it was really tasty. So it was very nice.
So the other thing as well, like downtown Osaka had this, and parts of Kyoto that we were in had it as well. Where like you would go down these like alleys and streets and stuff like that, and they would all be covered. So
Yeah,
you were walking down these sort of streets that were like fully sheltered the whole time. And it's not like it's like an indoor thing. It's literally just like a glass roof. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you're actually inside so much as just having a roof over your head. And I'm like, why the fuck doesn't Glasgow have that? I don't understand why we're just constantly fucking getting rained on. Also, Daylight Fire, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome, pal. How you doing?
I liked the manhole covers.
Yep.
And I'm not sure why that Maneki was there.
Yeah.
But it was really cute.
That was cute.
But yeah, just stunning. And I do wish we'd spent more time in Osaka.
Yeah. I want to show my photos of Osaka.
Okay. I would like definitely want to spend more time.
So this screen up here and this screen here are like, these are like full fucking like 4 or 8K screens that are running at like 120 frames a second perfectly smooth. And it doesn't, like, it kind of blows my mind that something that big can look that crisp. It's nuts. Absolutely fucking nuts. A little bit of a Dutch angle there. Just a little.
Wee bit, just a wee bit.
Just a wee touch.
Just a wee touch.
The Shiki market in Kyoto. I don't think we went to any markets in Kyoto.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah. This is like, I love this kind of stuff where it's like everything's lit up, everything's advertising. You get a dragon here, you get a big cow hanging over there, you get this fucking ornate lamppost, you get, you know, 10-pin bowling pin up here from something, and just like everything's just like stuff.
Just
amazing.
Pretty. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and this was us then next day going into Universal. Yay.
We're in the next day already.
We're in the next day.
Okay.
So
next day.
We went to Universal theme park.
We did.
Because they've got Super Mario Land there. So
because they've got Super Nintendo Land.
It's not Super Mario Land.
Super Nintendo Land.
You sure? I'm pretty sure it's called Super Mario Land because it's not
Super Nintendo Land. Check your fucking shit.
Hang on.
Just waiting, you know.
I think you'll find it Super Nintendo World.
Well, fuck you. You're wrong as well.
Big love right at your face, Dirty Fishman. Need to walk the dog. Yeah, big love right at your face too, sure. So
Thank you, pal. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock, by the way. We might definitely have to make this a two-parter.
Oh yeah, maybe even 3. So we'll do Super Mario or Super Nintendo World.
Yes.
And then we'll possibly call it there. So like the Universal theme park, the vast majority of it, they've got like different areas, for different things. So the opening area is like a kind of, sort of like 1920s Art Deco LA kind of vibe.
Very hard. I wasn't expecting it. I suppose it's Universal Studios.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting it to be so old, like Hollywood glam.
Yeah.
That really like took me by surprise.
Yeah, totally. Also, hey Joffmo, I do talk about Japan all the time for the rest of the time. We probably will do. Also in Super Nintendo World, and I know you picked up on this from one of the pictures,
yes.
But there were Pikmin hanging out there, which confirms that Pikmin 5 is under development and en route soon. It's a little joke there because Pikmin 4 is actually...
The Pikmin cameos kind of confused me because there's no other like reference to any other like Nintendo thing.
No other franchise got a look in
at all.
Yeah.
But there's Pikmin there. It was weird. It was weird.
Just little Pikmin. So we went on the first ride that we went on was the Spider-Man ride, right? And it was kind of like a it's Miyamoto's secret favorite creation. He had a big hand in the park. Nice.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. It's like a personal thing then for him.
Yeah. So like the Spider-Man ride was really cool. Because it's like a sort of it kind of was like a bit like a sort of like a really, really, really well done Ghost Train kind of vibe. So you were in little cars, but you put on helmets. Oh no, you had glasses. Sorry,
gave you
3D glasses. And then you were kind of going round all these like set pieces that had like big screens, and they were like projecting stuff at you. But because you were like seeing everything in 3D, it was like there was characters jumping on you and all that kind of stuff. And then they had like proper like flame effects when the guys were like firing stuff at you. So then they would have like flamethrowers, so you would actually feel the heat, and then you get hit with water when they were splashing at you and stuff. And it was really fucking cool.
It was, yeah.
It was really, really, really well done. And then they had a big Jaws area where we got attacked by a shark. We're only kidding. It's just the thing hanging. And then Super Nintendo World. Look at this shit.
Super Mario
Look at this shit. Look at this Super Mario Land.
Oh, you don't have the the tunnel.
Look at this. Look at this Mega Sega Land. It's so good. So good. I don't have the tunnel.
You don't have the tunnel.
Do you have the tunnel?
I've got the tunnel.
Where's the tunnel?
I've got it. I've got the tunnel. So this is basically what greets you before you even see the park. Is this? Go. Here we go.
We're in the castle. Peach's castle.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Oh, wait. Hold on. Look at the painting.
Oh, good.
You come out into the castle. And then
And then you just sort of walk out into the middle of fucking.
into this.
So stunning.
Look at that!
Turn it down a bit.
Oh my god! Oh my
Like
god!
the detail in this place is mind blowing. Like every single place that you look, there is stuff.
Yeah.
Every single part of it is got all kinds of stuff going on. Honestly, Joffmo is just amazing.
100, because like to me, like a theme park right now, I'm not big in Disney, so I've never done the Disney thing. So like there's never really been like a theme park thing that I've been that into. You know, like theme parks in the UK are not really theme parks. They're places that have got roller coasters and rides and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just never really interested me. And this is like the first experience of like an actual theme park
Yeah.
that like I've ever had. Because even in Universal, they've got like a little Jurassic Park area, and they've got like a little Amity Jaws area. But it's still like it's just an area. You're just kind of like walking through it.
Yeah.
And it's cool and it's themed and everything, but it's still
doesn't.
You're very aware that you're in a bigger like park.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're in something different. Like it doesn't take you out of the world. Whereas being in here, like it really does take you out of the world, and you kind of feel like you're in proper Mario.
Yeah, 100%. And the way that it's designed is like they've done it so you can't see any of the rest of the park. So once you're in there, the whole thing is obviously built up in such a way that you can't see anything else.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know if you've got a picture there. So you've got like the hills in the background. So you really get this idea that you get this vibe that you're in the middle of it, but that it goes on forever.
Yeah.
And it's just like, to me, this is how I imagined theme parks would be when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was always really disappointed with them. And then going here and I'm like, holy shit, this is a fucking theme park. It's mind blowing.
So like, hang on, I'm gonna go grab something.
Okay. I'll just sit here for a moment.
Sorry.
Fine.
So like, there's not really that many like rides in this area, and it's not massive, right?
No, it's quite small.
But most of the sort of stuff that you're doing in there is like little like sort of game bits, right? And you buy these things on the way in, right? These little wristbands, right? And these are like little RFID chips that you sort of have as a player, and it kind of gets attached to your wrist. So you can then like get scoreboards and check how well you're doing on each of the sort of the. I mean, there are a couple of rides and stuff like that, but a lot of there's like little, see all the question mark blocks and stuff like that. You actually punch them from underneath and you get coins. And then there's like little games where you're like, you know, attacking Bowser kids, and you're doing ones where you're doing little challenges where you've got to like, you know, crank a handle or like push buttons and all this kind of stuff in a time limit and stuff like that. So like you're constantly okay to the curb, thank you very much for that. 3 months. Very kind. Very, very, very kind.
You can sync them up to your like.
Yeah, you can sync them up to the app.
Well. So I don't know
like,
if you'll be able to see that.
Yeah, you get like awards. So if you do,
you get like stamps and.
Yeah. so you do certain things in there, you get like certain
Yoshi
awards
one.
and stuff like that, and it's everything about it is just so
Good one.
polished and so well fucking done. It is incredible.
Cheap
So
one.
this was going into the Mario Kart ride.
Oh wait, you've skipped forward so far.
I didn't take any, like Google's on my account is not uploaded like all the photos for some reason.
Well,
So I don't have half my photos, and
yeah, if you want to switch back, I've got loads. Because I've got ones of the restaurant and stuff as well.
oh yeah. My favorite thing, like the restaurant was really cool. All the food that they had in there was mostly cool, apart from the tiramisu, which wasn't particularly tasty.
Yeah.
But the best thing in the world happened in there. You know that way where someone says something and it then becomes part of your vocabulary. So the waitress, when she sort of came over, was like, "Do you want a photo?" And we were like, "Okay, let's get a photo." And she then like takes a camera and goes, "Okay, everyone, 1, 2, 3, okie dokie."
Okie-dokie.
And it's like it's now just become completely and utterly part of our vocabulary, and it's beautiful. So like that's now anytime we count anything down, or also anytime we take photos, it goes 1, 2, 3, okie dokie.
Okie-dokie.
It's so good.
Um,
And also, all of the staff in here are like
insane.
the most insanely energetic people you've ever seen in your life. It's absolutely
very like
nuts.
it's very Disney levels, you know.
Yeah, it is, but it doesn't feel awful.
Oh my god, I just noticed Toad.
Yeah.
I didn't see Toad before.
Yeah, Toad
Where's
was wandering
Toad?
about. Toad was wandering about, and Mario and Luigi were wandering about.
Yeah, Mario and Luigi were like here, and people were like queuing up to get the photos.
Yeah.
But still, just like Toad's like hiding. Oh, but yeah, it's just a fucking magical fucking place.
Oh yeah,
It's just like everything moves and everything's like kind of, yeah. There's a Pikmin. I don't know if Gotham was still there, but there's some more Pikmin.
Yeah, there's the confirmation that Pikmin 5 has been confirmed.
Yep.
And 6 is being designed.
Conceptualized.
Oh,
there's your Pikmin.
just for you.
So this was in the cafe, because we had to go to the Toad cafe. That's the thing. Like, there's a lot of things as well that maybe I wouldn't bother doing in like other places, but at Nintendo Land, it was like, sorry, Nintendo World.
Yeah,
it's like, no, we're doing all the things.
Yeah. I mean, the Universal Park was massive. And we basically walked through a couple of bits of it, spent maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then as soon as we got into Nintendo Land, like that was us until 7 o'clock when the park shuts. It was just like.
Well, you went on the Jurassic Park ride.
I went on, like, they had one big fast roller coaster in the whole of the Universal Park, which was the Jurassic Park ride, which I went on, and it was fucking great. Have to say, I'm a big fan of roller coasters in general, and that was a good one. Big fan.
These drinks were not good. like pretty.
Yeah.
It was like hot lemonade, but it was like yuzu, so it wasn't like pure lemonade.
And I got, I think, was it ginger? I think I got ginger ale. It was tasty.
No, you got this thing here. I don't know, it was quite nice though. Because you're.
Oh yeah, it had the little jelly balls.
Yeah.
Had little jelly balls, like it was bubble tea.
Little jelly bits. But yeah, that's a restaurant, which was just cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And the pipe and
there was
all the decorations.
Quite a long wait to get in there, as to be
said.
Some of the queues in there were quite big.
Yes.
That was the 1, 2, 3 okie
That's
dokie.
1, 2, 3 okie dokie.
Yeah, and see, look, when someone says 1, 2, 3 okie dokie, look at the smiles. Look how big the smiles are. Yeah, like the
I
food.
also forgot that you wore your Alan Partridge t-shirt there.
I was wearing my Alan Partridge t-shirt. The best thing is, right, Nate, Sub-Zoned at the back here, went through all of the Super Nintendo world wearing a PlayStation hoodie.
It was really good.
It just made me chuckle.
Um,
Do we get any close-ups of the food? Yeah, so the food's
Yes.
like the detail in it is just mad. It's
Oh, yeah,
so
it was-
intense.
properly themed.
Yeah. So you're not
Oh,
just like,
well.
it's not just like a normal theme park where you go in and you're just getting shitty burgers and stuff like that. It's like, this is like art.
Themed cafe kind of thing, you know, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And the burger had a
Mm.
little Mario hat. We've actually got them on the little Mario stabbers.
Mario hat and then a little tiramisu.
Little tiramisu question mark block, which didn't taste particularly nice.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best. In alternative reality, the Nintendo PlayStation deal didn't fail and the console was made. I know, Stardust.
I know.
I wonder how good that could have been. Also, could have been shite. Because I think PlayStation on its own was very, very, very good. Oh yeah, so this is the Yoshi ride.
Which wasn't, I'm gonna be honest.
And it was like a
be good if you were like 5.
yeah, it was a very kids ride. It was a very sort
It
of
was
slow.
really short though. I think that was the thing for me.
Mm.
It was really cute though.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even the queue was like really cute. All themed, all Yoshi.
It was a really good way to see a lot of the park, a lot of this area anyway, because it's like the ride was like up high, and it was just like a train track kind of going around the top. It was very cool.
So there's all these like little animatronics.
Little
and
baby Mario.
Where? Oh, blue.
you had to like press different colours.
Yeah, when you saw the eggs.
Oh, it's moving. It's all
So it was quite cute. Oh, there's Teresa.
Yeah. Just in case anyone didn't pick up on that, Boo, and as we know them in Mario, isn't actually called Boo. They're not called Boos. They're called Teresa.
Teresa's. She's just really funny.
It's
It's just a really funny name. When you've got like Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Toad was called something else, so wasn't he?
Toad was called Piconio. Because remember, it was basically Pinocchio, but
That's right.
just altered.
Yeah. And Boo's called Teresa,
Boo's called Teresa.
which just it really tickles me.
Yeah, Peach and Daisy were the same, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I would need to look into that.
And that's some stairs.
It's a video. It's
The video of some stairs. Cade's a massive fan of stairs in general. Cade videos stairs all the time.
Look, it's Big Bowser.
It is a big Bowser.
Now this was cool as fuck.
someone with someone?
Yeah. Like the whole this was basically just the queue going into the Mario Kart ride. And just like as soon as you walk in and you see that, you're just like, this is fucking cool. This is so cool.
Just the whole thing was like, wow,
Yeah.
so
Oh
cool.
my god, look.
You just hear Nate the whole time being like, oh wow.
That's me.
And it's all of us. Yeah, they had all the cups. All the Mario Kart cups.
He owns the universal.
It's so cool. So like the Mario Kart ride was just brilliant.
Yeah.
Just absolutely brilliant. And again, it was kind of similar to like the Spider-Man ride, but like way better done, way longer, way faster. So you're on like it was like a sort of ghost housey kind of track that you're kind of going round, but it was like the car was spinning and was sort of rocking. You know, it did the whole like Mario Kart start thing where it was like as the lights go down, it was like you could hear the engine revving, and then it's like you started skidding, and like the
Also,
car
can I
you're
just
in
point
started going.
out
Oh yeah,
this
that lamp.
that
Oh, wait, hang on.
lamp,
I need to make my face disappear. Look at that.
so
Look at that.
good.
So good. That was like Bowser's study.
Yeah, I want that lamp really
It was so
badly.
cool.
And look at the little like Mario Galaxy thing.
Yeah, the wee planets.
And Teresa, and then the big ship. And this is like a mobile. It was really cool. The lamp is amazing.
Yeah, the details absolutely stunning. Paul was too.
Paul
Thank you very
was
much
too.
for the raid. Welcome in, pals. Welcome in,
Hello.
pals. How you doing? How was GeoGuessr? We are talking about all the Japan things, and it's very cool.
Currently in Bowser's Castle. Look at the little like detail thing, like the little claws almost. This is probably like apart from the whole like land itself, this area was like the most detailed. It was incredible.
Yeah. The whole thing as you're walking through this queue was just fucking gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. So for everyone coming in, this was in Osaka. There is a sort of Universal theme park. And in the Universal theme park, they've got Super Mario World. Super Nintendo World. And it's like a little, quite small, but just absolutely stunning Nintendo themed area that's just jaw dropping. You do really feel like you're in a fucking video game. It's so good.
And this is us in Bowser's Castle to go to like the Mario Kart ride.
Yeah, and you wear these on your wrist, so when you're going around, you beep that into things and you punch question mark blocks, and then you get scores, and everyone sees who wins and stuff like that. And it's so cool. A lot of these like blocks and stuff in here were like holograms. Or like they used the same sort of 3D technology that they have on the 3DS. So it's like it looked like little 3D screens of ghosts and stuff like that. Like that fire was all 3D and stuff.
Yeah, the fire was amazing. It was really cool. And you got to this bit, and I saw like a little factory where they're making like bob-ombs and billet bills, and
yeah,
this bit it's just fucking cool. It's just really fucking cool. I just appreciate all the detail that they went into. You know, they didn't half-ass like any of it.
Yeah, exactly. And this is really just a queue. this whole area, this whole section is just a queue for a ride. But it's like, it's so well put together. And then the ride itself, it was like you were on Super Mario Kart doing all the tracks and going through, and you had like a Rainbow Road section with big fucking dips and stuff. But like you were wearing like a VR helmet, but it was like AR kind of thing. So there was loads of like enemies, and you were like firing green shells at them and stuff. And trying to shoot the cars in front of you so that you could like overtake them and all that kind of business. And you had to like turn the steering wheel to like match your car going around the corners to get coins and stuff. So you're constantly just trying to get high scores on your wristband. It was great.
So good.
It was just
and like
absolutely great.
the like not only was it like a really fun interactive thing because you're like steering and like shooting the shells out and stuff like that, but it was also like the projections were really, really good. The actual like bit the roller coaster was going through was like really well modeled.
Yeah.
It was so good. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Amazing. Good fun. Good times.
Good times.
And then at night time, it was all lit up and stuff.
Yeah, nighttime, the whole place looked really cool.
It's very pretty.
You got videos?
I've got videos.
Yeah, honestly, Paul, it was like, it was just so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Back
So
in
cool.
July.
Like the whole area is like moving and
It's
animated
nice without the
and
lights. Yeah.
just.
There's my Bowser.
There's Bowser. I've still got my Bowser hat. Got my Bowser hat. Yay, I Bowser. Grr. Bowser.
Hi. Hello.
There's
Hi.
Nate in his PlayStation jumper. That Bowser was scary, I know.
Was like he turned up again. I think we're just trying to
Arr.
take photos of the princess's castle and turned up again.
Also, Bowser, huge fan of Alan Partridge. Who knew?
Yeah, I knew.
Who knew?
I wonder, like, I don't quite think Alan Partridge just made it over to Japan.
No.
So I wonder what the fuck they thought you had on your t-shirt.
I have no idea.
Oh god.
But I got some cool photos at night. Look at this. So good. And then this was outside back in Universal. So this was like looking across from the Jaws place into the sort of general Universal place. And it was just really pretty.
So pretty. Like, honestly, my favourite photos of that was what I took there.
Yeah.
Because it was like, there was just, the water was just motionless and...
Yeah. Even though there's a deadly shark under there ready to come out and eat you.
It's okay. I was on the ride earlier. They stopped it.
And they stopped it. So this was the bit coming out. So this isn't actually in the theme park. This is just like a public street randomly that you can go down and fucking...
It was insane though.
Yeah.
So, like, loud and noisy and crazy, and it had music playing, and there was a big Godzilla thing. No, was it?
It's
No,
King
it's like
Kong.
a wee King Kong. Yeah.
That was us getting okonomiyaki the next day. It's monkey.
Monkey.
Big monkey.
Oh, that's for the next day. Okonomiyaki's for
Yeah.
the next stream.
Yeah, we're gonna have to leave it there, pals, because it's getting late.
Can I show a couple of my photos I took? Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
The city walks through Universal Parks are also surprisingly good. Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. You don't expect it, but it's really cool.
So pretty. So pretty. I love a good reflection.
I see one every day when I wake up.
Is a city walk like this thing? Because yeah, it was full on. It was amazing. They even had it this wee like takoyaki park.
Oh yeah.
Which was like a cluster of restaurants just doing takoyaki.
Mm-hmm.
Which was really fun. Yeah. Mad wee place. Mad wee place. And that's the earrings I got to match my hat.
You mean Teresa earrings?
Teresa.
Yeah, we did purchase a lot of things from
We did.
the Super Nintendo world. But it's
What
like
else? What else did we get?
I got Bowser, you and Nate got Teresa's.
Yep.
I'm so confused by Teresa. I think Teresa in Japanese is like a pun. It's like a play on words for the word for shy. So I think in Japanese, Teresa kind of means like sort of shy-ish, which kind of is.
Let me find it.
Yeah. Because the boos obviously like stop and hide when you look at them.
So it comes from the Japanese words meaning to be shy. But also there's a rumor that the one of the heads of Nintendo's like ex-wife
Yeah.
was called Teresa
Yeah.
and was unflatteringly named after her.
Yeah.
So tereru is a verb meaning to be shy. So it's kind of like a name from that. It's still a bit weird, like it's still like quite strange. Using like a sort of like just normal sounding name to us, but obviously not to Japanese people. But yeah, Teresa.
Wikipedia has them originally called Boo Diddleys in Super Mario. And
Yes.
I've always just known them as Boos. I didn't realise they were called Boo Diddleys.
Boo Diddleys, yeah.
Toad is also just called John.
What's Toad's?
In Japanese, Toad was, I'm pretty sure it's Peconio that Toad was called.
Kinopio.
Oh, sorry, Kinopio.
That's what it was, Kinopio.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, it's just the Japanese version of Pinocchio.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like it's become my favorite thing now. Because I saw someone before we saw that the boos were named Teresa. I saw someone wearing these earrings, and I originally thought maybe they had actually got these earrings made for them, and that their name was Teresa.
Yeah.
And then we went into the shop, and then there's that big jumper that just says Teresa on it, and I'm like, what? So it's just like my most favorite thing now.
It is very good.
It's really good, and this is a really good hat.
It is a very good hat.
Very good hat. I love it.
It is very cool.
I'm trying to remember what else we got.
From Nintendo.
Yeah. Remember.
Yeah, I can't remember
Oh,
either.
you got your phone thingy majiggy.
Yes, I got my phone holder. Bob's. It's a little cool phone holder thing. Just got like question mark blocks. And it also came with some like cool plastic chunky stickers, which are now adorned on my computer.
You could spend a lot of money in there though. I mean, obviously it was, it's a shop in a Nintendo theme park.
Yeah.
But you could spend a lot of money in there.
I'm a bit annoyed that my all my photos didn't get transferred because I had so many other good ones.
We'll sort them out for next time.
Next time, Gadget.
Next time on Japan Jet.
Yes.
Oh, also talking about the like soda, and you can just see a bottle of it here. The peach soda, the Fanta like peach soda is pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah, and the melon bread,
Yes, melon pan.
which
Very good.
doesn't taste of melons. It just looks like melons. Kind of like tiger bread. Doesn't taste of tigers. It's a lie. Total lie.
Doesn't taste like tiger bread.
Doesn't taste like tigers at all.
Anyway. On that bombshell.
So that covers of the 18 days that we spent in Japan, this covers the first 5.
4 actually.
Yeah, because we've still got a couple of days in Osaka before we went on to Kyoto.
One more day in Osaka, and then traveling to Kyoto.
Then traveling to Kyoto. Kyoto's stunning. We did some really, really, really nice stuff in Kyoto. A lot of very good photos. I had some of my favorite photos from the whole time we were there. And then after that, we went to a place called Hakone, which is up in the mountains. in the sort of foothills of Mount Fuji. And we
You
did
can
some,
quickly scroll through to give like a preview. Ooh,
yeah,
ooh,
cool stuff.
other things and stuff. Ooh, and other things and stuff and stuff and things.
Yeah,
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Other
a
things
lot
and
of photos,
stuff.
a lot of photos of Japan.
Other things. And there we go.
And then Katya.
So yes.
So
Lots of things.
yeah, and then there's a photo of us flying over Greenland.
Yay!
Yeah, the flight home is weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a really good photo to end on. There we go. Yay! I loved teamlabs so much. So
It was very
yeah, we still got a lot of Japan stuff to go.
big country.
And we didn't explore a huge amount of it. we explored we explored quite a small area, but very in depthly. If you know what I mean.
We'll speed it up next time.
Yeah. Well, so next time we've got Osaka, and then Kyoto, and then Hakone, and then back to Tokyo, where we were in Shinjuku, which is like one of the coolest fucking parts of Tokyo in the world. And then we went to visit Harajuku, which is one of the other coolest parts of Tokyo. And something that I learned, which is very cool, which is that Shin means new, and Hara means like original or old or raw, but it's more like used as like a kind of original, like OG kind of thing. And Juku is a name of like an old private school. Well, it's not the name of a private school; it's a word which means like an old private school, like a private academy. So Shinjuku and Harajuku quite literally translate as new school and old school, and I kind of love that. Two of the coolest fucking places on fucking the planet in Tokyo are literally called new school and old school. That just makes me chuckle. It's great. It's great. I love it.